So, what's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little video for you guys. Evening roundup of the day's latest news at Manchester United and all the goings on in the transfer window. Sorry to keep you waiting a few minutes, guys. How are we all doing? Thank you so much for getting in here, guys. We've got FIFA Don, Steve Wild, Seriously, IQ Insane, Luan France, Let's Be Having You, Ibuku Nolo as well. What's going on there? The Vutinator, Busy the Beast, Mounts, Francois Cox, Seriously, Any Evans, Jesper Immerstein. Hello there from Norway. Thank you so much, Bud, and Rushy, and Elliot, Simon, Wiggy, Primot, Nick, Mags, Mark, Ricardo, Walking Stone, Jones, CZ Bam, Dublin Games. How you doing there, Dublin Games, man? How you been? Johnny as well, Days Gone, Mike, Liam, Stewart, United Forever, Connor Franks, and everybody else as well. You know, thank you very much for joining us, guys. Do us a favour at the start of this show before we get into proceedings and smash that like button. Give it a huge, raw, filthy thumbs up. That's right, drop a little like on it if you haven't done so already. And give it a share around if you want to help the channel out as well. It's pinned to the top of the live chat. You can go give it a cheeky little retweet on Twitter or give it a share somewhere if you're that way inclined. But do get yourself in the chat throughout, guys. Say hello and also get your thoughts and opinions in. What's going on there? Bell6091, Ika Sani, Matthew Official, Days Gone, Johnny, Lucky Singh, Heath, Butters, Cake, Matthew, Burnout, Duncan, Mark, Scott, Serious, Nut, Primot, Batman, Disco Dave, and everyone as well. So many legends getting in here. Hope you're all doing grand. So we've got plenty to get into today, guys. So I don't know if you just saw a report. There's been a latest report by Fabrizio Romano this evening that says that United are working on 6 deals, which is quite interesting because, well, that's a lot of deals, isn't it? And we're going to get into the latest goings on in regards to some of these alleged deals that Manchester United are working on at the moment as well. It seems like, from the outside looking in, that obviously it's some serious Glazer shithousery tactics. I wouldn't be surprised if they turn around in a week's time after spending £300 million on players and just like announce that they've sold off 25% of the TV rights for the next fucking 25 years or something. It wouldn't surprise me because they've seen what Barcelona have been doing and they've been inspired by that, no doubt, because they are what we call in the industry shithouse owners. So the Glazer shithouses absolutely not going to fool anybody with this situation. Of course, tomorrow night is a big game against Liverpool. We want to smash up the Scousers, but even more so, we want to smash up the Glazers out of this football club. They should definitely not be in this football club any longer. And so, you know, that has to be the focus tomorrow. As much as the game is important, of course, the focus has to be on getting these Glazers out and the fan base uniting, hopefully, to try and achieve a common goal, which is to get these tosspots out of this football club to protest and stand as one and be united in getting the Glazers out. So let's get some hashtag Glazers out and some green and golds in there. They're not fooling anybody. They might be linked to six players. They might be linked to the whole phone book for all I give a shite. It doesn't matter. The damage has been done over the 17 years that they've been here. So they can't undo any of the gashness that they've already laid down at this football club overnight with a few signings. So hashtag Glazers out. Thank you everyone for getting in here, guys, and putting those Glazers out in there. Yes, Rosh Marno getting hashtag Glazers out. So yeah, these guys are obviously ruining the club. Hopefully they're going to be gone reasonably soon. But for now, they seem to be trying to sign a lot of players. So I just wanted to address that at the start of the show. Because, look, obviously the focus really should be on Glazers out. But we know what they're trying to do here. They're trying to appease us with some transfer signings right now. Maybe they're also trying to inflate stock prices and things like this as well, just a little bit by signing new assets and this kind of thing in the line to add a little bit of extra added value onto the club or potentially ask for more. So maybe that's what they're trying to do at this stage. But either way, it looks like they're going to go out there and get us some players in this summer transfer window. We do need it. The squad needs it. It's absolutely threadbare and gash. We need some proper talents in there. Ezio Auditor, thank you so much for the super chat, my son. Let's get a sue in there for Ezio. Thank you, Ezio. He comments, we're burning through our 8 years budget, says Ezio Auditor. Well, look, we don't really know what the Glazers' plan is. This is the thing. I mean, we've got lots of different reports and speculating that there will be a potential bid coming in soon from, you know, the likes of Sir Jim Ratcliffe. But you know, who's to say when that will be and who's to say if it's feasible and who's to say that the Glazers will actually want to sell? So there's a report here that says that it's been speculated that Ratcliffe could buy Man United for £5 billion. But one would-be investor believes that Glazers would only sell for silly money. And there has been previous reports previously that the Glazers want somewhere in the region of 8, which is just absolutely preposterous and not really in keeping with the value of the club right now, I don't think. We are sort of Europa League guff. We are lacking in the facilities and infrastructure that some of the top clubs around Europe are. So you look at what Chelsea just went for. They were sold by Roman Abramovich, of course, to Todd Bowley and his consortium. And that was for what? Just over $5.2 billion or somewhere in that region. So, if it doesn't take the genius to work out that, yeah, United should be worth a bit more than that shithouse Tin Pot club Chelsea. But at the same time, it's not worth ridiculous amounts more, guys. It's in the region of, I think, 6 billion, 5 billion pounds, 6 billion euros should get the job done. It's not like they've left an absolutely perfect product for the next owner to come in. The next owner's got to do a lot of investment and a lot of work, and there's going to be debts that obviously have to be cleared and all this sorts of stuff. So, in my opinion, it's a £5 billion club. That's about right, guys. How much do you think Man United's worth right now in this current market in terms of £billion? I'm going 5 billion. I agree with this sort of report that, look, if Ratcliffe was going to buy the club, 5 billion gets the deal done for every single person in a happy fashion. Basically, it's not a rip-off. It's a round about the value of what this club is going for right now, and the Glazers stand to make a huge profit, of course. 4.2 billion says Mark Nurse, 5 billion says Johnny, 4 bills says Batman, 7 bills says Days Gone, 6 billion says IQ Insane, 7 billion says Amy Evans, 5 billion says Duncan, 5 says Thugger, 4.5 says Aaron Agnew, 5 billion says Abjef. What's going on, Pet Simulator? Welcome in. 2 quid says Dwayne Dibbs. 5.5. Okay, so most people thinking around about 4 or 5. Chloe says 5. Cheesy says 4.5. Not bad, guys. Not bad, yeah, round about there. So people saying even a little bit less. So 4 to 5 billion pounds. Fair play. Yeah, it should be about enough to get those Glazer shithouses out of the football club. Now, if they are looking for silly money or of double that, then they're not going to get it, guys, because there isn't actually that value in Manchester United right now. Sadly, there should be. I mean, the commercialism is still there. Obviously, we're a huge brand, we're a huge name. We can attract big sponsors, all that kind of stuff. And the fan base is still there, of course, generating a lot of cash, or for the next owner, it would certainly generate a lot of cash. But right now, I don't think they can ask for much more than that anyway. So, yep, that's the case there. By the way, we just smashed 100 likes already. So, get in there, my friends. Baby, we did it. We already got 100 likes on the stream. Thank you, every single one of you legends who's in here who smashed the like on the video. That is awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Let's see if we can get 150. If you're just joining us, keep smashing that like button. It's free. Get yourself involved as well and have your say by smashing the subscribe button and getting in the live chat. Right, so, so there is a hope that we're going to be seeing the Glazers out soon, but right now they're up to some skullduggery, guys. Are they trying to inflate the price of the club? Are they looking to exercise some sort of gash economic lever like we've seen with Barcelona, and they're looking to invest money now because we know that they haven't invested in the football club. All they've done is take a shitload of money out of the football club at the time that they've been here. We haven't had no sugar daddy investments or anything like that over the years. It's all money that's been generated by Manchester United that's used in Manchester United. So it would be actually refreshing to see some sort of investment, but it's too little too late. What really annoys me about this whole situation is that it is literally just in response to the current situation, the current state of affairs. Either they're trying to make it seem like, oh, they're adding extra value onto the football club in order for a sale, or, and of course this is also as well as, but they're trying to appease a fan base, pull the wool over our eyes, stop this Glazers out, train gathering momentum, of course, and they're just trying to do their very best to try and dampen that whole effect. And it's an absolute disgrace, and it's obviously plain to see. We can see right through it. So, yeah, it's obvious what's going on. They're going to be signing players, but let's talk about the players that they're going to be signing then, guys. So in regards to Antony, so there isn't a report from Laurie Whitwell that reports that the expectation is Ajax will demand £85 million for Antony. And we have a report from Mike Verwey which says that Ajax absolutely don't want to sell Antony for a transfer fee that is under 100 million euros. In the most extreme case, the Brazilian winger could go on strike until the 1st of September. After that, Schroeder will have a conversation with him to settle things down. So, it seems like Ajax really do want 100 million euros for this guy, which is 85 million pounds, which is absolutely insane. We heard some quotes from the player himself yesterday, which suggested that he is pushing for a move away. Well, not necessarily pushing, but he said he can't rule out, can't guarantee that he's still going to be an Ajax player at the end of the window, but he's happy at the club, etc. But he cannot guarantee that. So the understanding is that his team and his entourage are pushing for a move to Manchester United. They're desperate to play in the Premier League for a big club like United with big money move, even if they don't have the Champions League football. So they are still pushing, like Mike Verwey says here, worst case, the most extreme case, the Brazilian winger could go on strike. But he's not training, he's not playing. It's the situation is, obviously, he wants to try and move to Manchester United. But the thing is, they do own his contract for several seasons. They do have Champions League football. Like, it's not a bad place for him to stay at the moment if the deal doesn't actually materialise. So he's just sort of easy, in my opinion. Okay, he might well be trying to push for a move to Man United, but like Mike Verwey says here, once the window slams shut, if Man United cannot do a deal with Ajax, he's just going to get his head down and play like he's the same old Ajax player as always. It's just right now he does want to try and push a move to Manchester United. But the thing is, are Manchester United prepared to go to 100 million euros in order to get this guy in? It doesn't represent great value for Manchester United. He's a 60 million euro player, in my opinion. That's a 40 million euro extra premium you're paying there. I mean, sometimes, yes, you've got to pay a premium in order to convince a team that doesn't want to sell a player to sell them. But this guy is a 60 million pound player, 60 million euros player, and we're potentially going to be paying nearly double that. I find that just preposterous. So I don't know if Man United are going to go that high. And if Ajax really are holding out for that amount of money, well, they might have to keep holding out a little bit longer. It depends, doesn't it? I mean, Man United look like we are spending the money right now. We're splashing the money around. But 100 million euros, there are reports and lots of different outlets suggesting that we're readying a new 100 million euro bid, which could potentially be 80 million euros up front and then 20 million euros down the line. So we know that we had an 80 million euro offer knocked back previously by Ajax, and the understanding is that if we were going to go anywhere near 100 million euros, then it would be for 80 million euros and then just all the rest in add-ons, basically bonuses down the line, to make it a total 100 million euros, aka 85 million pounds for Antony. It's just too much money, folks. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think that's too much money for Antony, guys. Smash a 2 if you think that, no, that's absolutely bang on the money. Let us know what you think. But in my humble opinion, it's far too much cash. Thugger thinks he's bang on. Abjiv says too much. We've got lots of 2s coming in here, actually. Oh, no, it's just from the same person. Lots of 1s and 2s. Okay, Vutanet says 2, okay with me. Yep. Jorgen says 2. The Trooper says 2. Too much, says Bunlow. 2 says Nut. 2 says Matthew Smith. In my opinion, it is way overpriced. He's a talented player. He's obviously capped for Brazil 9 times. He's obviously a huge prospect, and he is a very good player, and he's a Ten Hag player, and he's on the back of a good season. But it is too much money, folks. 100 million euros. Just on the other side of the coin, so you've got Cody Gakpo over at PSV, which is another player that United are supposedly ready in a bid for. Somewhere in a region of about £38 million is what his valuation is right now, which is less than half of what Antony is worth. And you look at the statistics from last season in the Eredivisie. Okay, Antony's playing the Champions League. He's doing well with Ten Hag, which is also extra added points, you've got to say. But certainly over on the Gakpo front, he's contributing and scoring more goals for his team and had a better season than Antony, and yet he's available for a lot less than half the money of Antony. So in my opinion, yes, Antony's a fantastic player, but it's just still a ridiculously overpriced and overly inflated price that we'd be paying for the guy. Does it matter if we get our man and he turns out to be quality? No, but it does add extra pressure on the deal for him. It's extra pressure when he's coming into the club, and it's just too much money we could have been spending on 2 different players. 100 million euros, that's surely enough money to go and get another midfielder, go and get a right back. We can strengthen various different areas for that. It's not that I don't want Antony. I just think that, crikey, we are overpaying by 40 million euros here. That's crazy. That's absolutely ridiculous. We're getting bent over yet again, guys. Hashtag bent over yet again at United, in all fairness. But it's not my money, it's not your money, it's the Glazers shithouse money. Okay, fine. As long as they're not exercising any bullshit economic levers in order to finance these deals, then okay, fine. I'm up for it. But it is a lot of money. I mean, in an ideal world, we'd be able to convince them to sell him for a lot less than that, somewhere in the region of 80 million euros. In an ideal world, Antony pushes for a move away, submits a full-on transfer request, kicks up a big old fuss. They realise, oh, crikey, we can get 80 or 90 million euros right now to get this one-away player gone. Let's do it. And maybe we can have it for a bit less. But right now, it's looking like 100 million euros is the figure. Zamiassi, what's going on, Zamiassi? How you doing, my friend? He says, Pig, did you see Maximum better than overrated English players like Rashford, Sancho, Grealish? We are on for a second after Chelsea lost. Yeah, well, I mean, those players you've just said there really are not really performing at the moment, doing the business. But, I mean, yeah, okay, fine. Chelsea got battered up, my son, let's go. I mean, it was by the Leeds gun, but fucking have it to show you, milkbag puppet. Let's go. Some good results for Man United today, actually, folks. Like, just in general, I know, obviously, I say for Man United, we are quite far behind everyone, but obviously West Ham lost 2-0 to Brighton, and it was a draw in the City-Newcastle game 3-3. So, you got to say those are some very good results for Man United. But as it is, Zayn Miyasi, I knew he was going to be getting in here because Billy Big Bollock Zayn Miyasi over there with his space hopper-sized testicles has just rocked up into town with Arsenal sat top of the table after 3 games, 9 points, 100% win rate, plus 7 goal difference. And this guy's coming in here on his space hopper bollocks right now, and it is sickening. But there you go. Enjoy it while it lasts, Zayn Miyasi. Enjoy it while it lasts, too. Fair play. Hey, we're 1 like away from 150. Who's going to be the 150th liker? Once again, smash the like if you just joined us. Help us compete with the clickbait wankers and corporation charlatans, my friend, by dropping that like on the video and sharing it around and subscribing to the channel. Fred starts for Brazil and Casemiro, the games at least the last 20, precisely, Mark Nurse. You're in for a world of hurt people who think that Casemiro is not going to have a good effect in the Premier League, or he's over the hill, or he's too old. This guy's an absolute class player, one of the best CDMs in world football. And you just said it yourself, bud. So players like, Fabinho kept out of the side over there, my son. And you've got players like Casemiro and Fred starting that combination. So it's actually a very shrewd sign in the sense that, yeah, we've got Fred and we've got Casemiro, and it's good enough for Brazil. And maybe you could see that combination doing all sorts of bits for Man United this season. So I think that's a very good comment you made there. Vootinator, thank you, Vooty, my son. He says, smash that like button for the pig. Thank you, Vooty. Manny says, Man United are linked with buying Vlachodimos, Greek goalkeeper. We could get him for a cheap price. Good support for De Gea. Absolutely, mate. We're going to get onto that in a little bit. You're damn right, though, Manny Sluflaki. Vlachodimos, Greek vibes. Let's get this Greek beast in there, my son. Hey there, Abicunola Lua. He says, Piggy, I sincerely don't think United should go ahead with Antony deal. I think we should go for Gakpo and then maybe give Ahmad playing time on the right while Jadon Sancho moves to the left. That's quite interesting, to be fair, that iBook. Okay, so it's a lot of money, isn't it? We could probably do more things with that money. That's my only thing. I mean, if we're going to get him as well as a right back and another central midfielder like De Jong, then okay, fine. But I just feel like for that amount of money, 100 million euros, there's better ways you can spend that money than spend it on Antony. It's not that Antony's not a class player, and it's not that he wouldn't help us out. It's just that, crikey, we're overpaying for the guy if we pay that much, and it's just too much. You were 150 off. Thank you, KJW. I appreciate that, man. Hey, Niall Kane, how you doing? Right, guys. So yes, so that is the talk around the water cooler anyway, is that United are ready in a new bid. And it could be in the region of 100 million euros with add-ons. But we don't know if that's going to be a negotiation situation where United are just trying to increase it slightly, maybe an extra 5 million, something like that, 85 million euros. I mean, that's what Ajax want, but you don't always necessarily get what you want. In regards to Martinez, they did get what they want and a little bit more. So, yeah, it's one of those guys. I don't. Well, guys, do you think we should go for Antony for 100 million euros? Yes or no? What do you think? I mean, do you think it is worth paying 100 million for this guy, or do you think the money could be better spent elsewhere? Let us know. I mean, I am kind of torn because, like I say, it's not my money. He's a class player. He's Ten Hag's sort of player as well, which is a great thing. So, in a way, yes, just pay the money, but also we could probably spend that money better on other players. So I am in the middle. Yes, says Luan France. No, says Aaron Agnew. No, says Duncan. Yes, says Coys. Yes, says Vincent. Hell no, says the Hoop Man. Yes, says Johan and Walking Stone. We need him, says the Trooper. And Marky Nurse and Sonny Ippings. No, says Bunlow. Let's get Neymar, says Elliot Manduna, for 100 million. We need a proper right wing, says Malps. Yes, Pace, says Cockney Red. Yes, too much, says Lucky. You like Antony, but not for 100 million. It is a bit too much money, but as we just said, yeah. I mean, if you can get him in there, and he's a Ten Hag player, Brazilian vibes, and he's only 22, this guy. My concern is, like I say, if we get Antony, we got to get Gakpo. It's 2 for the price of 1 almost, baby. It's not, because it's just that Gakpo represents such good value. If you're prepared to spend 100 million euros on Antony, you've got to be prepared to spend 38 million quid on on Gakpo, don't you, as well? Like, surely. Now, the question is there money available for both of those guys? Zayn Miyassi, thanks for another super chat here, Zayn. The Arsenal scummer rides again. He says, Piggy, you might need to go to a yoga retreat after all these meltdowns, says Zayn Miyassi. Oh, Zayn Miyassi, well, are you paying, bud? Is there such a thing as a yoga retreat? People retreat away to go and do yoga together, do they? I've never even heard of this before. That's you know, Zayn Miyassi's a rich mofo when he's talking about fucking yoga retreats. You know what I mean? Imagine Piggy doing yoga. Yeah, it's a thought IQ insane. Ron John comments Mitrovic in. Yeah, I mean, look, we could do a lot worse, couldn't we? I think that'd be very good. Okay, so right, guys. So Mike Verwey reporting 100 million euros is what it's going to take to get him gone from Ajax. We've got some quotes from Ajax's manager here now. So Ajax manager Schroeder's been quoted as saying, "We have already lost 5 or 6 big players. I don't want Antony to leave the club. I told the board that I want him to stay here," he told ESPN. "I'm assuming that the club will not sell Antony as we're in a good financial position." They are in a good financial position because they have sold a lot of their good players. But as I keep saying, and I say this again for anybody who's new to the channel, it's like Ajax is it's a production line of talents. This is what they do. They buy talents for cheap, and they're fantastic. They're one of the best in Europe at it, in my opinion. Their whole youth recruitment setup, their recruitment setup in general, and their developmental system is, in my opinion, one of the best in Europe because they consistently produce great talents, and they consistently develop them well and buy good talents for low amounts of money when they're young, and you get a lot of really good players come out of Ajax. So, you know, this is what they do, and they know this is what they do. And okay, then they're a selling club. That's exactly what they are. They are a very great club. They're, you know, the most historical club in Holland, and they're a successful club, Champions League, all this sort of stuff. They're a big club. However, they're a limited club with a limited ceiling, and they can't keep hold of their players. They are a selling club. So they will want to sell Antony for 100 million euros or as much as they can get. Whether it's 90 million euros, they'll want to sell him for that. It's just that they're trying to get the absolute maximum whack that they can get out of him at the moment. But they've done it before. They'll do it again. They produce talents. They sell them. It's no skin off their nose if they've got to lose a player like Antony for 90 million euros or 100 million euros and then just have to go and invest in another player. They've already reportedly got a couple lined up anyway. I mean, look at this. They could pocket themselves a tasty little bit of money, and Ziyech's going to go back to being an absolute boss for them, just like he was before, if they're prepared to go and get Ziyech. So we got a report here that says a meeting between Hakim Ziyech and Ajax will take place in Amsterdam very soon. So, you know, if they're looking at getting Ziyech in, well, that begs the question, yeah, I mean, they're already thinking and looking at the possibilities of selling Antony. So, yes, Hakim Ziyech will be a good addition to them because he's already done that. They know he's a quality player that can provide them sort of similar things. The difference is Antony's a very young quality player, but they cannot demand the huge figures that they're demanding, I don't think. And they also will struggle to keep hold of their top talents because, let's face it, some of these leagues are not that, you know, the league is just not as good as some of the top leagues in world football. The only thing that is the plus point for them right now is that United don't have Champions League football. Okay, so yeah, so in regards to Ziyech, they are looking at it. So we still got a good chance. I mean, more quotes from Ajax's manager is here. Says, "What I find most important is that I held a good conversation with Antony, and that I have been very clear. I only want players that are 100% focused on Ajax." So, you know, is Antony 100% focused on Ajax? It doesn't seem like it at the moment. You know, with lack of training and things like this, it doesn't seem like it. So he's looking for a move away to United. His team want that. Big money move, big wages, of course. And Ajax secretly want the deal as well. That's what I honestly think. This guy Schroeder might be saying this. He doesn't want to sell any players. They've already lost 5 or 6. He might not want to because it'll make his job slightly harder. But the club and Edwin van der Sar and everybody else will be rubbing their hands together with the prospect of getting 100 million euros through the door for this asset. So, yeah. Okay, so Antony deal is, you know, it's taking shape, guys. Lots of different reporters said we're going in. I mean, also, like I said, we're still looking at Gakpo. That's a possibility. Sky Sports chef reporting that Man United still have Gakpo and Pulisic as options if a move for United, for Antony, doesn't happen. But Jay Burt reporting that as things stand, Man United are not believed to have the budget to sign both Antony and Cody Gakpo, and are having to weigh up whether to raise their bid for Antony after Ajax rejected a £68 million offer last week. So that's that's really where we're at. If Man United are prepared to go to 100 million euros, are we prepared to do that or not? If not, then we may well go and get Cody Gakpo, which means that we're getting somebody who's literally less than half the cost of this guy. And it's sort of okay with me as long as that money is reinvested elsewhere. If you could do something, I don't know, like crazy, like go and get a player like Jong or Milinkovic-Savic or somebody of that nature in the midfield to come in, and we'd go from having a Gash midfield to one of the best in the world. So that is something that appeals to me. Not that Antony coming to the club would not be a great addition. It's just that for the value, for the money, I think there's better value elsewhere. But yep, £38 million is the valuation for Cody Gakpo, guys. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you'd like to see Cody Gakpo sign for Man United. Smash a 2 if you're not into that Gakpo life. Let us know, guys. But of course, for that money, it's a no-brainer, in my opinion. His stats look amazing. His stats are double as good as Antony's stats last season. He got player of the season last season, the Eredivisie. He's only 23. In my opinion, it's an absolute no-brainer, this one. Lots of ones coming in the live chat. Yeah, Thugger, Bunno, Funksire, Walkingstone, Rushy, Duncan, Big Red. All the legends getting in here raw with their thoughts and opinions there, dudes. Nice ones. Thank you very much. The more ins, the better. Precisely, Vooty. That's it. So hopefully we'll be working on lots of new deals. Fabrizio Romano updated earlier and said that 6 deals are being worked on currently by Manchester United. So, there's potential deals anyway. Things like a Pulisic loan is still potentially on the cards, as we just said that, United may be looking at options still, but apparently it's not really that realistic. In fact, there's a report from Jay Burt that reports that United have so far failed to take Chelsea's Christian Pulisic on loan, with the deal now appearing dead. So Pulisic could well be dead in the water, but there's all these different little fingers in different pies all over Europe right now from Man United's recruitment team. Just in case this deal doesn't happen, we'll go for this guy. Just in case that deal doesn't happen, we'll go for this guy. So they're looking at a lot of different options in order to try and bring in multiple different players. Absolutely. So, yeah, they are working a lot to get new players in. Right. Okay. So, yeah, we got plenty of players being worked on, guys. There's still Casemiro as well. Let me just give you a little update on Casemiro, folks. It's not anything to worry about with Casemiro. He's definitely coming through the door, and we've got a report here this evening that says that Casemiro's completed medical test session in Manchester, and he's just waiting for a visa to be sorted. So there is a hold up on visas right now, guys. But contract until June 2026 with the option for a further season has already been completed. First training session as a new Man United player will take place next week. So, he's not going to be coming in anytime soon, guys. Anybody who thought, oh yeah, he might be playing against Liverpool, or it's arguable, he probably will be playing against Southampton, won't he? But at the moment, there's a slight hold up with his visa. In fact, let me just delve into that information we've got just a little bit more. But yes, he does have, basically there's a delay on his visa, guys. Some of his paperwork and stuff's just taking a little bit longer. It generally does seem to when we sign players like this for some reason. Chloe Jenkins, thank you so much for the £2 super chat. Get in, says Marcus' agent is still in talks with PSG, says Chloe Jenkins. Interesting. Thank you, Chloe Jenkins. Yeah, I've seen some reports on that. We'll see when I personally do think they'll be prepared to spend like 70 million on a Rashford right now. But who knows? From United's stance, they want to keep hold of him. And I think really we should give him another chance just to see how he does this season until at least January, and then look to sell him if he is actually stinking up the place still with bad performances. So, guys, do you think keep or sell Marcus Rashford? Thank you for the super chat there, Chloe Jenkins. Really appreciate that. Do you think keep or sell, guys, for Marcus Rashford? So we're looking at Gakpo, aren't we? If we do sign Gakpo and we sign Antony as well, imagine if we sign both those players. Well, a player like Rashford could help finance nearly both of those deals if you were sending him to PSG, and you could get, let's say, £70 million for him. That's going to almost finance both those deals, and then you've got a new right winger and a new left winger. So in some ways, it makes a bit of logical sense. And he's been pretty crap for about a year and a half now. Let's be honest, especially last season, he was literally awful all season long. The worst player, in my opinion. So, wow. He is Mank born and bred. He has had good seasons at United as a youngster, developing up until the age of about 22. And then he got some little bit of a back injury, and then he started getting all political. And he did some great things in regards to helping feed the nation's children and stuff like that. I'm not saying that he's not not done anything admirable off the pitch. But on the pitch, it's been the opposite of admirable. It's been fucking disgusting with his performances. So I'm very much looking for Rashford to prove himself over the next few months. And if he doesn't, then it's out the door in January, in my opinion. But, no, you know, I mean, I don't see why we can't go and get Gakpo anyway. We're light over on that side. Okay, we've got Elanga. He's a little bit lightweight. We've got a guy Nacho. He's a youngster. Rashford, who's Gashford. Martial, who's Fastical. So shouldn't we be going to get somebody else anyway and looking to offload one of those guys at some point? Or, yeah, I think so. If it's not Martial, it'll be Rashford. If it's not Rashford, it'll be Martial in the future when we don't need them so much. Because right now we do actually have a threadbare squad. We don't even have a proper backup for Cristiano Ronaldo at the moment. And Ronaldo might not even be here at the end of the window. So a player like Tony Martial has gone from being surplus to requirements to being a much needed sort of rotation backup player. But soon enough, he probably won't be unless he proves himself to us again this season. So players like Rashford, Martial, they've got to prove themselves this season. If they don't, then I'm going to be out. I'm going to be saying get out to both of them, really, because it's just enough. Enough is enough. Primoz says he needs 2 months off to rejuvenate his game. Well, he certainly needs to be dropped for a couple of games to rejuvenate his bloody attitude or something. Big Red says, Pig, honestly, we know how his family, it's all about the money, says Big Red. Sell the dinner lady, says Rushy. When we got pumped 6-1 from Spurs a couple of seasons ago, that's when he started going shit, says Lee McCann, right? So, yeah, it's been a long time. It's not like it's been an overnight thing here, you know, let's be fair. So we are still looking at options, guys, for the left wing because of Rashford. I suppose he could be sold. Like Chloe Jenkins said, there's still some reports of Rashford being linked to PSG, but I take it with a pinch of salt, those reports, personally, because why would anybody want to spend 70, 80 million on this guy right now when they've already got crazy players? If Neymar was to go, then fair enough, I could see them wanting to do something like that, but at the moment, it's all up in the air. Chelsea reluctant, though, to send Pulisic to Man United. This is from Rob Dawson from ESPN because of fears they would be strengthening a rival, while PSG insist they will not enter into talks over a deal for Gakpo until after their Champions League qualifier with Rangers. So that's from Rob Dawson this evening from ESPN, reporting, you know, that we're not even really going to be negotiating for Gakpo just yet because they need to get themselves into that. So Antony also missing against Sparta. Sparta Rotterdam, place taken by Steven Bergwijn. Antony will not play with Ajax against Sparta. Player wants Ajax to talk to. That's from Mike Verwey earlier on. And we also have a quote from Steven Bergwijn, who says that Antony, everyone has dreams. If it happens, then I wish him all the best. I would find it sad if he leaves. But like I said, everyone has dreams. So, you know, it looks like people are starting to be sort of resigned to the fact that maybe Antony could be walking out the door soon to Manchester United. So there's an expectation we'll be going in for another bid. Right, I've got a lot to get into still, folks, so bear with me. We've got plenty to discuss. Do us a favour, the midpoint of the show, and smash the like button. Help us get to 250 likes. We're nearly there, guys. 543 legends and legendesses in the live chat tonight. Shout out to you all, guys. Much love. And do drop the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Big Q&A at the end of the video. So if you're wanting to have your say and you're frustrated, you're not, your comments not being read out, don't worry, we'll have a big old Q&A at the end of the show and get everybody's comments read out. So come and join us a bit later on. But right now, we're going to just get into the rest of the news. So so with just a few more bits and bobs. So Man United working on, Benfica goalkeeper Odysseas Vlachodimos, Greek vibes, and we're looking to supposedly bring him in before the end of the summer transfer window as a backup to Davide De Gea. We saw Dean Henderson, of course, join Nottingham Forest. There's been lots of different links in regards to the goalkeeper position, but Odysseas Vlachodimos is being linked to United in goal. Oh shit, thank you so much there, Say Miyasi, bro, for the $17.99 super chat, man. He says, when you come to the Emirates, it will be in the biggest beating since Mr. T beat Rocky in Rocky 3. So Say Miyasi, oh my goodness me. Well, I don't know about that, to be honest with you, Say Miyasi, but maybe that was what happened last time. And in all fairness, if you remember Rocky 3, yeah, you're basically calling yourself Clubber Lang right there. If you remember Rocky 3, what does Rocky do? What does Rocky do, Zane? I'll tell you what Rocky does. He gets a new trainer because his trainer dies, right? Essentially, Ragnik's gone, he's dead. No, he's not dead, but you know what I mean. Now we've got a new coach in, new trainer. That's Eric Ten Hag, a.k.a. Apollo Creed, in this analogy, right? He goes back to the basics. He goes back to the roots. He starts training in Apollo Creed's gym in the streets, my son. Somewhere. Don't know. Can't remember where it was now. And he goes back to basics. He starts running on the beach. He starts catching him up in terms of speed and timing. He starts dancing and jiving and being able to move on the beat, my friend. Hanging out, working with Apollo Creed, a.k.a. Ten Hag. It takes time. It takes progression. It takes effort. And it also takes a bit of heartache and pain over that time, Jamie Assey. But guess what happens at the end of Rocky 3, my son? Sylvester Stallone, a.k.a. Rocky Balboa, comes back and he beats absolute fuck out of Clubber Lang, my son. And that is what's going to happen to Man United again, my friend. We're a sleeping giant. We've lost focus. The Glazer shithouses have misguided us, my friend. We've been getting easy fucking hand-picked fights like fucking Rocky at the start of Rocky 3, my son. And then you've got, you know, we've had to deal with that big Russian as well. You know what I mean? So we've had a lot of issues, guys. But soon, right soon, we're going to get that championship back at some point, mate. Anyway, Rocky 4's on tonight, is it, Johnny? Cracking. So, funny enough, I'm actually drinking out of a Rocky cup right now. Nice one. Anyway, yeah, nice one. Thank you very much, Jamie Assey, for that one. But yeah, look, okay, fair enough. We're not too good at the moment, but no, I still think that we're probably still capable of getting an upset there, bud. We'll see. Arsenal are flying high at the moment. What can you really say? They've had a very good start to the season. False sense of security, though. The wheels will probably fall off at some point. At least I hope they do. Maybe they won't. I can't really talk right now, Zane. We're 9 points behind. We're in bottom place. We're having an absolute shitter right now. And we've got Liverpool to play tomorrow night with no guarantees of us picking up points. Let's just get onto that for a second, folks. So what do you think the result is going to be tomorrow night, guys? What do you think? I've actually got a little bit of positivity in my loins because I feel like Liverpool have not had the best start to the Premier League campaign themselves. They're looking a little bit ropey themselves. And I'm going for a 1-1 draw. I feel like it's going to be a bore draw 1-1. David Willoughby agrees with me as well. Charlie Antony, thank you so much for the £1 super chat. Excuse me, let's get a sue in there for Charlie Antony. Thank you so much, bud. 3-0 says Vincent Bullock. 0-0 says Tushar Mehta. 3-1 says X-Tom to Liverpool. Liverpool are struggling. Exactly, Drunk Vigo. Yeah, Butters says 6-2. Liverpool look edgy, says Big Red. Elliot Manduna thinks 3-2. 3-0 says Johnny. 3-2 United says Yisho. Well, you guys are very positive. I wouldn't necessarily go that far, but I certainly think that United can get some sort of result out of the game. We are at home after all. Duncan Bleefer says 4-0. Gung Shilioni, what's going on, my son? He says 3-2 to United. Hope you're doing well today, Gungers. Batman says we're getting battered 4-1. Bernard the Red says 1-0. I wonder if there's going to be any effect on the game by the fact that there is supposedly not going to be that many fans, home fans, watching in the stadium. I wonder if that's going to affect things, obviously, regards to United's performance. Probably not, because, you know, they seem to do better when there's less crowd there. We actually did really well in that pandemic season when we were playing behind closed doors and stuff, didn't we? Because we didn't have the, I don't know, the pressure of the fans. These players are melters. They like to play behind closed doors, these melters, anyway. So, yeah, so that is happening tomorrow anyway, the protest, the planned protest. Hashtag Glazers out. Do what you can, guys. You know, if you can't go to the game, post it all around on social media. Get it out there. Raw, of course. We'll be doing a watch along for it on the channel, so you can come and join us for it, and we'll be covering the, you know, some of the Glazers out protest stuff before it as well. So we'll be spreading the word of the Glazers out vibe tomorrow as well, and obviously, guys, do whatever you can. The Cake Cadet says it's not Rocky Balboa, it's Rocky Pigboa now. Oh, Cake Cadet, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. Break up the red panties, baby. We did it. Thank you very much, Cake Cadet, man. I appreciate you. Nice one. Piggy Balboa. I prefer that, to be honest, than what you said. But anyway, right. Okay, so thank you so much, Kate. Let's get a sue in there for Kate. Gungshi's got a super chat in there. Thank you, Don Gungshi. Comments, Pig, the loins are tingling in an odd fashion, suggesting a United win. That's probably the Cialis, Gungshi. Anyway, says 3-2 United gets in there, my son. Gungshi, nice one, bro. That is fucking awesome. Thank you, thank you so much for getting your prediction in there. 3-2. I would love it if that's what your tingling loins say. Just maybe that could be the case, eh? Okay, Marseille. I've got an interest in Eric Bailly. We know that they've reportedly reached a full agreement with Man United over a deal for Eric Bailly. He's not really been involved in Man United, has he? But look, it looks like that's going to happen. Fabrizio Romano reporting that there's an agreement in place He claims the deal will be an initial loan, but it will include a mandatory buy option, provided that Marseille qualify for the Champions League next season. So quite an interesting little piece of business going on here for Eric Bailly. We're looking to get some players out. Reportedly, we're working on a deal potentially for Aaron Wan-Bissaka out of the football club to Crystal Palace as well, or somewhere. So, there's definitely still outs that are happening. We're working on ins, but there's still 1 or 2 or 3 maybe outs that could still happen during this time. But we're working on that Greek goalkeeper Vlachodimos as well to come in and be a backup. I personally don't think we really need one. But, hey, look, I'm not going to turn down another good player, I suppose. But, yeah, I don't really think that we need one. I think Heaton's a backup goalkeeper for De Gea. And then we've got, a youngster to be the backup for him should we need him. But, okay. I mean, De Gea... De Gea is the number 1 goalkeeper and he's not going to get dislodged by Vlachodimos, so I don't really see what the point is. But hey, look, there you go. I suppose worst case scenario, we've got somebody else to come in. Sleep Tight, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat, buddy. He says, Glazers out, Piggy in. Best YouTuber ever. Oh, thank you so much. They did. Definitely would not say that. Definitely not. Thank you so much, Sleep Tight. Have you any seen this YouTuber, bud? No, Sleep Tight, thank you so much, pal. But yeah, that is not true, mate. That's not true. I mean, have you never seen, there's some crazy YouTube channels, mate, where they throw basketballs off of, dams and manage to get it through a hoop that's 700 meters down there or something, mate? Come on. Anyway, thank you so much there, but I appreciate your sleep time. Zamy Hassi comments, Pig, which part would Maguire play in Rocky? Hulk Hogan from the first film? Are you joking? Thunderlips? No way. He's not got the charisma to be Thunderlips whatsoever, bud. Do you know who he is? Spider Rico. Do you know who that is in the movies? Only if you're a real diehard fan. He's fucking Spider Rico, my friend. He's some unknown guy that Rocky Balboa beats shit out of in the fucking, for $8 in the fucking start of the first movie when Rocky's an absolute nobody bum. That's who fucking Slabby Maguire is. Spider fucking Rico, mate. That's right. He's not even any one of the main guys. He's some fucking extra. He's a fucking extra, bro. He's not even one of the main cast. I suppose maybe he could be like Ivan Drago-esque because he's a big old slab. But no, I see more similarities with Spider Rico, bud. Anyway. Okay. Slab out. Yeah, let's get a hashtag Slabby Maguire out. Actually, you know who he might be? Tommy Gunn from Rocky 5. Because Rocky 5's absolute fucking shite movie for a start. That's the worst movie of them all. That's the worst. That's the worst one. So it makes sense Harry Maguire would be from that worst movie of the Rocky movies. And then he's also playing the worst bad guy. Who, first of all, you think he's a nice guy and he turns out to be a toss piece. And Rocky has to beat him in the street like a dog. That made sense. You know? Anyway. Thank you, Sleep Tight, for another super chat. He says, okay, how about this? Best Man United channel ever. Oh, well, thank you so much, Sleep Tight, dude. Thank you very much. Well, I appreciate anything, anybody watching anyway and anybody's thoughts. Nobody has to be the best, mate. I just enjoy what I do with you guys chatting with about Manchester United, and I appreciate anybody watching. So thank you so much, bud. Appreciate it. Let's get a Sue in there again for this legend, Sleep Tight, who's super chatted a couple of times now. Thank you very much. Right, let's get on to Cristiano Ronaldo very quickly, guys. So there's still reports that we could be working on, well, not us working on, but there could still be a move for Cristiano Ronaldo out of United this season. We are working on players like Antony, Gakpo. Okay, there's no out-and-out proper striker there, but look, they're goal scorers, they're forward players to help us out. But right now, we've got a report from Borussia Dortmund sporting director Sebastian Kell, and we've got quotes from him. Let me just get them up on the screen for you. He says, Cristiano Ronaldo will not move to Borussia Dortmund. This is so. The click figures were probably outstanding, but we have done a few things over the past days to pin down this rumour, he told Bild. Ronaldo's certainly a fantastic player, a world footballer, but if it's said that he's missing the Bundesliga, then that is not our issue. So he's distanced himself pretty clearly there from the club make any sort of offer. We sort of knew that anyway, that they were not really prepared to go in and have any sort of offer for him. So it looks like if he's going to go anywhere, it probably is to Sporting Lisbon still at the moment, guys. But Man United still remains the most likely situation where he goes. So Ronaldo is, still it's unknown what's going on behind the scenes. We heard a few days ago he's going to do a tell-all interview in a couple of weeks or some bullshit like that. See what that's all about. Is that if he leaves Man United or if he stays? So, oh, Johnny says Maguire is poorly. Rocky's fat, smelly, drunk brother-in-law, says Johnny. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, dude. No, actually, you know who Slimy Maguire is? He's the fucking robot that delivers Paulie his fucking birthday cake in Rocky 4, mate. Just that fucking cyborg, mate. That's what Slimy Maguire is. He plays like he's a fucking robot out there, doesn't he? Okay, right, anyway. Nice one, Amy Assey. Love it. Right, okay, so have you heard this, guys, that Jules Koundé is still not registered? Well, so Gino Dest is again out of the Barcelona squad. Barcelona still not managed to register the latest signing, Jules Koundé. That's what some reports say, with the centre-back again absent from the squad against Real Sociedad on Sunday night. The Catalan outfit were able to register Christensen, Frank Kessie, Robert Lewandowski, and Rafinha, but reports are they haven't been able to register Jules Koundé. Unless something's changed since the last time I saw this, it looks like they haven't been able to do that. So, and also there's some reports there's a clause in his contract that suggests that if they cannot register him by that time, then he's allowed to leave for free. Which, if that was the case, I would just sign him up at Manchester United in a heartbeat, because he is a very good player, great prospect, and he's much better than the human Slabinator. So, I hope it's true. Any way that Barcelona can fuck themselves over for our comedy value benefit, I'm all for, guys. And them literally doing stuff like this and having a nightmare window where well, not really a nightmare window, but they're signing a lot of players and they can't potentially register some of them. And they've got to exercise all these economic levers and they're whoring their future out and they're not paying their players and they got want-away players. It's crazy, isn't it? Frankie de Jong is also in the squad, of course, with the midfielder still at the Camp Nou, even though he's been linked with a move away. And we've got some. So he's still in the squad, right? But there's still an understanding and a belief. Let me just get onto the De Jong stuff. And this is some Mitchell and Marcel van der Kraan, by the way, that reported that Man United have not yet given up on the arrival of Frankie de Jong. This is from 9:17 this evening before we went live via Voteball Premiere. But, Marcel van der Kraan, a good source, and reporting that de Jong is still on the Man United agenda, essentially, for transfers this summer. So, take it with a pinch of salt, guys, but I thought I'd talk about it because obviously Marcel van der Kraan's been talking about the chance that Man United still would like to go and get de Jong. So, not being funny, yes, Mark Harris, absolutely DeBentos news, here it is. So, it's not really any DeBentos news or de Jong news in all fairness, because, well, it's just more of the sort of same, that there's still a potential that United could go back in for this guy if Barcelona are desperate to sell him. If they really still want to try and get him out of the door because he's on big money and they can't even register certain players because of it, then surely they're going to have to do business before the end of the transfer window. Now, they may have spent all summer long flicking our ball bag, so to speak, and teasing us with a chance of trying to get Frankie de Jong, just to try and, I don't know, maybe create some sort of competition from somebody else, i.e. Chelsea or a different team maybe, to try and drive up the price, or to try and bend us over a little bit more to force us into the scenario where we help pay even more so the amount of money that they owe to the player, etc. So it's believed that United basically said, nah, mate, we're not going to continue down this road with that bullshit a little while ago, and then we've gone and got Casemiro. But before that, we were understandably working on Rabiot, who, of course, that deal fell down. Thankfully, that fell down and we went for Casemiro. But we were going to be working on Rabiot not as a replacement for de Jong, surely, but in addition to, which gets me to thinking, well, if we're getting Casemiro, that's great, but don't we need a little bit more still in regards to the midfield? I mean, arguably not now, because like we said, the Brazil combination with Fred and Casemiro for their country, they do really, really well together. Maybe you'll see that be really good and effective for United. Or maybe you'll see Casemiro playing number 6 and you'll see Bruno and Eriksen in a 4-3-3 in front of him, and Casemiro protect the back line, play make from that position and spray the ball everywhere and get these quality creative players going. Maybe that's what will happen as well. So it could go just from getting Casemiro from being one of the worst midfielders in the league to being actually one of the best, just because we've got a lot of the puzzle pieces there. It's about now getting the system to work, and Casemiro is a big piece of the puzzle. So we might not even need to get another midfielder now, but I personally think it wouldn't hurt if you could sign somebody like de Jong. Wow, I mean, yeah, if you got de Jong and Casemiro in a double pivot or something, wow. I mean, what an absolutely insane midfield filled with passing quality, technicality, and just silkiness. It would be absolutely excellent. But I don't see us doing it, guys. But let's ask the live chat, guys. Do you think Man United are going to have one last try before the end of the transfer window to go and get Frankie de Jong? What's your gut feeling? Yes or no? Let us know in the live chat, guys. Have your say. Oh, crikey, 532 legends, late night legends in here. Welcome aboard the Bacon Express, everyone. We're 17 likes off of 300. Keep dropping the thumbs up, guys. You know it makes sense. We're nearly there. Sue. Okay, I'm just catching up with the chat here, folks. So, yes, Frankie de Jong says Bunlow. Yes, says Walkenstone and Gaz. No, says Lucky. No way, says Lucky. Final offer, says Bun. Yes, says Uncaged Squid. Pierce Bellamy says FIFA tonight. There isn't going to be any FIFA tonight, actually, boss. Sorry to disappoint, mate. I'm melting. No way, Barcelona bullshit, says Lucky Singh. Indeed. Murtar shit at his job, so no, says Primar. All going in there. Raw, son. They're all shite at the job, aren't they, in United? I think it's a proviso to be part of our recruitment team or part of our backroom staff in general. You've got to be shite. You want Antony so bad, says Get Beamed. It would be a wonderful signing, Bow. Yeah. F. de Jong, says Welsh Red. Yes, says RJ. We're going in, says Uncaged Squid. Compost Smurf says 6 deals, imagine. Well, it should have been something that we were going for, in all fairness, like at the start of the transfer window. You can see the Glazers panic with all this Glazers out guff and talks of the new offers from new owners and this sorts of stuff happening at the moment, and hostile takeovers and all this sorts of stuff. You can see what's going on. They would have done this at the start of the transfer window if they really wanted to have a proper ambitious season, but it looks like they're just spending right now just to try and paper over the fan base, basically. Atkins 21. Whoops, I just hit the microphone with my cup. He says, Glazers out, Don Piglioni in. Thank you, Atkins. Let's get a green and gold emoji in there for Atkins 21. Get in there, my son. I appreciate you, Atkins. Thank you so much. Paula says, the club said we have the money now all of a sudden. Yeah, apparently we've got 300 million to spend, you know. Fusion Places, I'm just trying to try my own right time for the week to come home. I'll call later when they come to the office to pick out. I don't have a car, so I'm just walking right after my work. You what? He's speaking to somebody in the chat. G-Wolf says, I don't see DJ coming, rather go for Savage now, says G-Wolf United Gaming. Okay, so fair enough. You don't see Dion coming. Savage, okay, I'm sort of with you there, G-Wolf, really, because there's a good chance we go and speak to Barcelona, have some negotiations further, and they just piss all over our strawberries again, mate, and dangle this carrot in front of us and then whip it away at the end of the transfer window, and they're left with extra smeg on our face, bro. Whereas now, we've had an embarrassing summer pursuing Frankie Long for 3 months, and it fell down. But we did go and get Casemiro, who, okay, is a lot of money for a 30-year-old player, but I'm still very happy with Sonny because I think he's what we need right now. He's a perfect fix for a few seasons, absolutely. So we've gone and got that sorted out now. So that was embarrassing, but we got Casemiro, so I feel okay about that. But to go and do it again, it's asking for trouble. I don't want to even deal with Barcelona anymore. Like I said the other day, I don't think Man United should deal with Barcelona ever again. They're a disgusting football club run by disgusting individuals, and they're just disgusting to deal with. So, you know, don't want to really deal with Barcelona ever again. The K Cadet, thanks for another £2 super chat, my friend. He says spending spree, but where's the money coming from? That's my concern, bud. Okay, so if the Glazers shithouses did a little press conference and said, hey, listen, guys, we've been really shit owners over the last 17 years. We've decided to actually fucking give you what you want, and we're going in there raw and investing $1 billion of our own money in infrastructure and player signings and every single aspect of the team over the next 12 months. Let's be fucking having you. If they did that, then okay, we might some of us may get on board with this new fucking Glazonomics plan. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be the case. I think probably what's happening, Cake, like you say, is they're getting this money from some dodgy avenue, i.e., Man United selling some of our rights or something away for the future. We heard some reports the other day that there could be a potential negotiations going on for some of our TV rights, a percentage of our TV rights. We can't be selling off pieces of the football club for the future, because that means that the Glazers can have a negative effect on the earning and commercialisation potential of Manchester United even long after they're gone. And so we can't allow that, my friends. Like, if they're doing what Barcelona have just done, we're not interested in that. You know, we just want them out this football club. If they're genuinely like putting in, say, a few $100 million of investment into the club right now of their own money, that's different. But I fear that it is from illicit sources, my friend. Yeah, hey Zami Yassi, thanks for another one as well, but he says it's the board buying the players, not Ten Hag. So they won't gel. Arteta bought players to fit his style. Put that in your pipe, Piggy. Okay, Zami Yassi, fair enough. I actually do disagree massively, Zayn Biassi. You're only talking about Casemiro there, and who wouldn't want Casemiro? If Ten Hag was asked, hey, do you want Casemiro, one of the best CDMs in the world, do you think he's going to go now, stick with Scott McTominay? No, he's obviously going to go with Casemiro. All his other players that he signed this window are Ten Hag signings. You're on the pipe again, Zayn, mate. What are you talking about, bud? Malacia, that's a Ten Hag guy. You know, he's assessed him in the Eredivisie playing against him. You know, Martinez. Signed the guy from Argentina, developed him for years, played him at Ajax. That's a fucking Ten Hag guy, my son. So I think you're a bit way out of line there, Zamiassi, mate. You're wrong. You're plain wrong, bud. There you go. Anyway, but we have, you know, so he signed his own sorts of players, apart from, you know, maybe Casemiro is not necessarily a Ten Hag player. He's obviously not a Ten Hag player, but who wouldn't want Casemiro? That's crazy. That's like saying, you know, you wouldn't want Cristiano Ronaldo in his prime at 27 in your team. It just doesn't add up. Of course you would want him. It's not like saying that, obviously, but you know what I mean? He's still a fucking great player, but it's not like saying that. Oh, yes, indeed. Okay, so did you see Fabinho's comments on Fred being a scapegoat? I didn't really, Tom. I mean, Fred gets scapegoated a little bit United, but I'd actually say he gets scapegoated less than a lot of the players in the football club. I mean, certainly, you know, Harry Maguire is the biggest scapegoat because he's the captain and, you know, a lot of pressure and responsibility falls on him. And he is a target. He does get abused a lot because, well, he's shit. You know, but I guess, you know, he strikes me as the biggest scapegoat. But yeah, I mean, Fred gets scapegoated a little bit. But, you know, there's some of these players, like Jar just said, earning their criticism a little bit. That's right. Some of these players do earn their criticism by poor performances and stuff. Zamiassi comments, so why do you have 0 points? It means Ten Hag is to blame, says Zamiassi. Ten Hag's been here for 2 minutes, Zane. We've got 0 points because we've got a shit squad, bud. An actual bang average team of meltbags. McTominay, etc. And Slabo Maguire as our captain. And Luke Pie lover, Frey Bentos lover extraordinary himself, Luke Shaw. We've got a gash team, pal. We can't get away from that. We do need 6 or 7 sign-ins. That's the reality. Ragnick was right. We need open heart surgery, boss. So that's why we've had a shit start to the season, and we didn't plan properly for the season, and we've not really developed well. It doesn't take a genius to realise that we haven't moved forward that much since the end of last window because we lost Pogba, we lost Cavani, we lost Lingard, we lost Mata, we lost Matic. We lost decent players and we didn't replace them good enough to a good enough standard just yet. Thank you, Dennis Solano, for subscribing to the channel. Dennis, nice one, mate. If you're new to the channel, do what Dennis has done. Hit the subscribe button. We're on here every day, guys, giving you the latest United news in a no bullshit, no clickbait guff way. So if you enjoy the show, make sure you smash the subscribe button. We're on here daily and click the little bell icon to be notified. Hey, we got 316 likes, guys. That is a Steve Austin amount of likes. Hell yeah. Give me a hell yeah in the live chat. Zane, thank you very much for that, bud. I appreciate you. G-Wolf United Gaming going in raw with another super chat. He says, Zane is smoking that crack pipe again, I see. He does love a bit of crack, you know. He loves a bit of crack, but it is very Moorish. You know, I'm just joking. But you know what? Fair play to you, G-Wolf United. Thank you so much. Let's get a wolf head emoji in there. He's got in there raw. Hell yeah. Thank you, everyone, for hell yes. Thank you, David Willoughby. Okay, so I've got plenty more to discuss, folks, so bear with me. We still have got a good few topics to get into. So Fabrizio Romano reporting this afternoon that Odysseus Vlachodimos is attracting interest from many clubs. Ajax are thinking of him as a potential option, while he's one of 4 names included in the Manchester United list. And right now it does look like we're going for Vlachodimos, so that's one of the links as well. And we're still not giving up on Frankie de Jong. You know, there's lots of different players. Gakpo, Antony, De Jong still there, of course. Hey, Ronnie Dodge, thank you for the £2 super chat. Ronnie, he comments, Real Madrid are easy to work with, not Barcelona. There you go. Spot on. Yeah, I mean, they didn't owe him any money that they were refusing to pay him. Could you imagine that? They've done a deal with a football club. They've agreed a fee. So what they actually did with us is agree a fee with Manchester United, 85 million euros. Actually, initially 75 and then 85. Or was it 85 and then they changed? Oh, no, sorry, it was 85, then they changed the amount up front, wasn't it? Something like that. So they've done a couple of deals with us. They've got us the agreement in place. but then they owe him cash and they're not settling it up. So the deal cannot progress and cannot move forward at all. I mean, are they just absolute complete tosspots over there at Barcelona? Clearly. Whereas, like you say, Real Madrid, we got the deal done in a matter of days. I mean, they know, though, in all fairness, Real Madrid, look, they've just lost a player who's won 5 Champions League trophies at their gaff, and who's, 60-odd caps for Brazil. He's 30, still got many seasons left, really, at the top level. They've just lost that player, but you know what? They did get a great deal for the guy. So the deal is somewhere in the region of 70 million euros plus, 12 million in add-ons. So it amounts to about 70 million pounds altogether, which is a huge, huge amount of money, folks. That's crazy money, really, for a player who's 30. But he is a class player and he will do the job for United for at least 3 or 4 seasons. We've got a 4-year contract with an option for an extra year. So this guy could see us up to, his middle 30s, playing at United to a world-class standard. That's the idea. But it's cost us 70 million pounds for a 30-year-old player. That is no wonder they accepted the deal in such timely fashion. They got themselves a great amount of money. They did bend us over quite a bit there on Casemiro. I mean, I'm happy we've got him, but it's not often you see that amount of money spent on a 30-year-old, ever. Yep, David says he's worth it. I think he is too, because he's still quality to do the job for us for several seasons. 30 isn't like 30 was in the 90s. 30 is like 27, 26 now. Like he's absolutely fine for several seasons to do a world-class job for us. He's in his prime, in fact. This is his best years. This should be the best years of his career from 30 to 32, really. Or certainly from, 28 to 32, so your prime. So, so we should see some good stuff by Casemiro. And we've got Fred there as well. We've got some Brazilian vibes. So he should feel right at home in that midfield, hopefully, and take the Premier League well. I mean, I don't know if you've seen, all I've done since Casemiro's come in is just look at individual performances, like that game against United where he scored that goal, or various games against Liverpool, whatever. I've just been looking at, random games from Casemiro on YouTube, watching his performances throughout one game of games I didn't see or can't remember or whatever. And the guy's a fucking absolute boss, and he's going to boss Man United's midfield in the Premier League. He's fucking eating Liverpool teams for breakfast and stuff, guys. He's a fucking beast. So I'm looking forward to getting him in the team and shoring up that absolutely guff midfield. No doubt Casemiro is going to be an excellent addition. Right, okay, so, Marcel van der Kraan also reporting that the Glazer family have made more money available to strengthen the squad, reported this evening. Sleep Tight says, Fred is not Brazilian. True, he's from Stoke-on-Trent. That's true. Interesting. So we've actually got a couple of reports now coming in regards to Cody Gakpo. Thank you to Rush Mano for sending this information over, by the way. But Cody Gakpo to Manchester United can happen fast, as PSV versus Rangers is on Wednesday. We got a report here, which is it's on MUFC MPB, but it's via Rick Elfrink, who's a PSV specialist insider, and he says that Cody Gakpo is close to joining Manchester United. Once United's formal bid is made, the deal's expected to be done. So, as we said, they don't want to do any business before their Champions League game against Rangers, a qualifier. But once that's done, then certainly they will have a look at getting the deal done pretty quickly. So if United are prepared to go in for a bid for this guy, there shouldn't be too much holding up the deal. That's the reality. So we'll see. We'll see if that's the case, but hopefully Man United could get Gakpo in here reasonably easily. It won't be a scenario like Antony where they're asking for shitloads of cash. It will hopefully happen reasonably quick. We'll see, guys. But yeah, Gakpo's an exciting prospect as well. In fact, Gakpo might be the better of the two. Maybe not. I mean, look, Antony looks sensational, but judging their season statistically last season, Gakpo did have a considerably better season than Antony, and they're similar ages. So if you're just going on statistics like that in the league, well, Gakpo had a more impressive season. So I'm holding out a lot of hope for both of them, but crikey, I mean, if we could get one or the other, we'd be better off. But if we could get both of them, I think it would be absolutely fantastic. Liquor in the front, what's going on? Says you've got sound. Oh, thank you guys. Yeah, no worries. No, that's brilliant. Thank you guys. Everyone, I appreciate you all being here. We're not long away from a Q&A, but I do have a few more bits to get into before I do. And then I'll do a quick rundown, then I'll get into the Q&A. So just a little bit of an update here from James Robson that suggests Ten Hag on precisely what's gone wrong. He says that Martial's injured, Ronnie's not fit, 6 holding midfield position is not there at the moment. The first game we had 2 centre-halves who have not played together, and also the goalie was not the best not in the best period. So that's basically the summary of Man United right now. And so going into that Liverpool game, it is a bit of a concern. We've got a few players out in the Liverpool game: Facundo Pellistri, Brandon Williams, Victor Lindelof, Mason Greenwood. Will not be playing in that game, obviously. Probably a lineup of something like Davide De Gea in goal. Malacia's got to start ahead of Luke Shaw, in my opinion. I would probably go with a defence of, at the moment, with Bailly being linked to a move away, I'll probably be going with Martinez and Varane. I don't really want to see Dalot play, but I think he will play him. Then I think you'll probably see a midfield of, you've got Fred, I suppose, is going to play. I mean, Casemiro is definitely not going to be playing. Fred, Eriksen, Fernandes in midfield probably. And then, Ronaldo up top, Rashford on the left probably. And Sancho, he'll probably play that team, I think. Now, should he play that team? No. There's definitely more changes he can make than just a couple that I mentioned there. Yeah, Malacia in for sure is a no-brainer. Maguire out's a no-brainer. Dalot out, in my opinion, is a no-brainer as well, but he'd probably play Dalot. There's a little bit of a team prediction for you there, guys. Liverpool, on the other hand, it's understood they've got quite a lot of players out at the moment. They have got quite a lot of players out injured. So you've got Thiago Alcantara, Diogo Jota, Darwin Núñez suspended, of course. Kelleher, Curtis Jones, Joel Matip, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Ibrahim Konate, and Calvin Ramsey, all out injured. So it means that they're probably going to have a lineup something like Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Elliott, Fabinho, Henderson, Salah, Firmino, and Diaz. Now, we know that forward line in particular, the likes of Salah, he likes to run rampant against us, and he is obviously a great player that, he can win a game of football for you on his own if it's his day. So Liverpool are a really good team on their day, but they haven't been having their day, have they? They've been melting a little bit. But I just wanted to tell you that, look, right now, with the start that they've had to the Premier League, just like us, this is a good time, actually, for Man United to play them as far as it is for them to play Man United, because Man United are crap right now. But as far as all the Liverpool teams go over the last few years, right now is probably the most beatable one. So can United get the job done? We shall see, but we certainly need to get more players in after the Liverpool game to be able to challenge for the season a little bit better, because we're looking poor at the moment. I did say Mason Greenwood, RJ. Yeah, well, he's not available, is he? He's out through a club suspension. So, of course, I did say Mason Greenwood as a bit of a joke. But yeah, he is out. He's not featuring in the game, but he's still, of course, at the club. And he's still suspended by the club at the moment. He's on a club suspension. So, yeah, he's not playing. Okay, right. Also, hang on a sec, guys. Just got a few more things to read out. So Marcus Rashford did a little interview, and he's been quoted as saying something. He says, it takes time to adapt. I think we've adapted to some managers quicker than we thought we would, and with some managers we took longer than we expected to. And he's been going on talking about, how his own performances and have not been good enough, and of course, they expect the highest of standards at Manchester United, yada, 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 all the rest of it. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Let's see it on the pitch, Marcus. Don't even care anymore. We've also got an update here that says Thomas Meunier's dream has always been to play for Manchester United. If he has to choose between United and Barcelona, he will for sure go to United. This is via Sasha Tavolieri, a source from Italia, who reports that Thomas Meunier's dream is to play for Manchester United. He's another player that's linked to us as well. Okay. So also the Telegraph reported that Manchester United want to sign both Antony and Cody Gakpo. It's not a choice between the two. Gakpo knows about the interest but wants to focus on the game versus Rangers. Meanwhile, the coming 48 hours will decide Antony's future as well. So look, next couple of days, Antony and Gakpo could be all go, and still there's lingering players in the background. If we can't do some of those deals, maybe a Pulisic loan. De Jong still being discussed as well and talked about. So, and also Vlachodimos in goal. So there's definitely some action going on behind the scenes. Sergino Dest is even another player that's been linked. But yeah, no, doesn't look like it. So yeah, okay, that's pretty much it. I'm going to do a rundown of what we discussed in this video, guys. And then I'm going to get into the live chat for a big Q&A. So the not the breaking news, but the biggest news we were talking about earlier on is that there's an expectation that Ajax want 100 million euros and they will not sell Antony for anything less than that. Mike Verwey saying that Ajax absolutely don't want to sell Antony for a transfer fee. Come on, Dumfries. We need to make Dumfries a red, don't we there, my son? Absolutely. Hey, good evening from Cape Town. Thank you, Paul Liebenberg. Hey there, Lynette Giggs. We're going to get into the Q&A in a moment, but just do a quick rundown. Ajax don't want to sell Antony for a transfer fee under 100 million euros. We've got some quotes from Ajax manager Schroeder, who said, "What I found most important is that I held a good conversation with Antony and that I have been very clear. I only want players that are 100% focused on Ajax. Right now, he's not focused on Ajax. He's focused on trying to push away a move or push a move through to United. And so he's not really focused on Ajax at the moment. And we've got more quotes from Ajax's manager that says, "We've already lost 5 or 6 big players, and I don't want Antony to leave the club. I told the board that I want him to stay here." He says, "I'm assuming that the club will not sell Antony as we're in a good financial position. But as always, money talks and bullshit walks, my friend. And if there's a good enough offer on the table, i.e. near 100 million euros from Man United to Ajax, they'll snap our hands off." There's already reports of them lining up other players. Justin Kluivert's another one. But apparently a meeting between Hakim Ziyech and Ajax will take place in Amsterdam very soon. So they're still looking at lining him up. Mrs. P, can you grab us a drink, please, love? Okay, so anyway, meeting between Hakim Ziyech and Ajax will take place in Amsterdam very soon. Okay, so Man United have so far failed to take Chelsea's Pulisic on loan, with the deal now appearing dead. That's from Jay Burt from the Telegraph as well. And then also, Man United still have Gakpo and Pulisic as options if the move for Antony doesn't happen. Yes, please. And then Jay Burt also reporting that as things stand, Man United are not believed to have the budget to sign both Antony and Cody Gakpo. But with, thank you, Don. But with a couple of players maybe sold, I guess that could change. Plus, there's talks and rumours still of like Marcus Rashford maybe being sold off. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, that rumour's not going away.
Hey, legend.
Also, Eric Bailly. Thank you there, Mr. P. Appreciate you. Nice one. Oh, you want that back? Okay. There you go. There you go. Okay. Why can Man United play the youth players away playing top dollar mug money? Yeah, I don't know why, Mark Harris. Great comment, really. We should be playing more of the youth. See, Ten Hag needs to have learned from those 2 games that the senior players, some of the senior players in that team, most of the senior players in that team are gash. And they don't try hard and they don't run, and they're lazy bastards, lazy feckless twat bags. So I think you're right. He should really try and get the youth players in this team a little bit more, even if it's against Liverpool tomorrow night. Honestly, I would play Malacia. I would be more inclined to play players like Garnacho than Rashford, and Garnacho's bloody 18. It's because he actually looks like he's decent at the moment, whereas Rashford looks like he's Gashford. Bruno Fernandes, as much as I think he is a great player on his day, he hasn't performed to the best of his abilities for a long time, so why should he deserve to play? He should be dropped. That's my humble opinion. So I think you're right. I think you should stop rewarding these overpaid, overhyped melts just because they're big names and actually choose a team based on deserving to play. Yeah, Woody says Garnacho in. Okay, guys, smash a 1 if you'd rather see Garnacho start ahead of Rashford at the moment. Smash a 1 if you would. Smash a different number if you want Rashford to play, obviously. Susan Lively, Sue, how's it going there? Claude Bannister, interesting. Well, things are moving along. We'll see. I mean, certainly there hasn't been a massive confirmed offer from Manchester United yet. Lots of ones coming in the live chat. Yes, look at that. Okay. So, yeah, loads of ones. Fat Sounds wants Rashford still. But, yeah, I mean, look, Garnacho's playing without fear. When he's come on in pre-season and stuff, he looked very, very good. He was an impressive young player, whereas Rashford's playing with a lot of baggage, a lot of pressure, and you can see that. He's got a weight on his shoulders, it seems. He needs a break out of the side, if you ask me. Thank you, Michael McDonough. Same to you, bro. Nice one. Okay, also a few more little things before we get on. So Gakpo is still heavily linked to a move to United there. £38 million is what is expected. Casemiro update for you guys. Casemiro has completed medical test session in Manchester, and he's just waiting for visa to be sorted out. So there is a delay with visa issues. Contract is until June 2026, as we know, with an option for a further year. Already been agreed, and it's already done and dusted. It just needs to be, of course, the finalisation take place with the visa and exchanging and all that sort of stuff, and then he will be a player. But first training session as new Man United player will take place next week. So we're expecting he'll be in, hopefully in time to play against Southampton, guys. But will he be unveiled before the Liverpool game tomorrow? No. Doesn't look like it, folks. Doesn't look like you're going to see a Casemiro unveiling before the game, which is good anyway, because you know, the whole focus, what should be about the game tomorrow is the empty Old Trafford, the Glazers out shite, get those Glazer shithouses out. That's what it should be about. So, yeah, so good. I'm glad that they're isn't going to be an unveiling. If there is, then they're shithouses, aren't they? But it's not expected at the moment anyway. So we'll see about that. Casa visa issues. Apparently, he will not arrive in time for the home game against Liverpool on Monday. He's had issues with his visa. That's from Laurie Whitwell. Jim Ratcliffe, it's speculated that Ratcliffe could buy Man United for about £5 billion, but one would-be investor believes the Glazers will only sell for city money. This is via Jay Northcroft. But still, reports there that United could be taken over soon. Cristiano Ronaldo will not move to Borussia Dortmund. Their CEO has confirmed it. And also, Marcel van der Kraan reporting that Man United have not yet given up on the arrival of Frankie de Jong. This is via Marcel van der Kraan via Football Premier. So, there you go, guys. That's pretty much the latest rundown of the news. We're hoping for an Antony bid in the next coming days. We're hoping for a Gakpo bid. And we're, of course, still hoping for a deal for de Jong, really. If we could get de Jong, Casemiro in, what an injection in the midfield that would be. We would be class, I think. So, yeah, we're still looking to improve. I'd still love to get a right back in and sell either Dallo or Wan-Bissaka and get a new right back in. Sell Harry Maguire, sell Phil No Bones Jones, sell Victor Dwindloff and buy a top quality centre back as well, because those guys are shite. Right then, we're going to get into the live chat, guys. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Really, really appreciate you all watching and joining us and getting in there raw with your thoughts and opinions as well. So just checking one or two things quickly, make sure we haven't missed anything big that's come through during the show. Thank you so much, Rush Marlow, for sending me some things through here. Okay, yeah, great. So let's get stuck into the live chat then, guys. Thank you everyone for being here. It's Q&A time. We do have 554 legends watching. I'm going to stick around for a good while and try and read as many comments out, at least like 15 minutes, guys. So I'm not doing a FIFA tonight, so I'm probably going to stick on it until like midnight. Let's have a chat, guys. Oh yeah, let's have a chat. Let's Q&A time, baby. Get your thoughts and opinions in about this window now. Things are hotting up, but we know that it's probably down to the Glazers shithouses trying to do something horrible. So let's have a look. Oh yeah, Vincent, he's yes, let's have a look at our Twitter, man. Thank you to everybody who's gone over to the Twitter. It's pinned at the top of the live chat. I want to shout out every single person that's retweeted the show on Twitter, and please do give us a follow over on Twitter if you haven't. Anyone who retweets us, I'll give you a follow back. And also a shout out during the show. Thank you. CZ Bam, Audio Mark, Tap Fuma. Thank you guys for retweeting the show. And Devils are Red, Thugger, Transfers MUSC as well, my son. Get in there with that new Love United Hate Glazers badge. Love it. Stephen Braun and Joshua Dunn, Jessica Ellis, Edward McAllister, Feline Fur, and Vincent Bullock. Thank you, Gungshi. Thank you, Vincent. Thank you, everybody else as well, for retweeting the show. Do go over there. Give it a retweet if you want. Every little helps. Okay, Q&A time, guys. Let's get in there raw. No worries, Dennis Johnson. Seriously, thank you, everyone that helps retweet and spread the word of the show. It's very much appreciated. Hey, Mark Coughlin, how you doing, bud? And Dennis Johnson. Get the kid from Brighton, says Jar Live. Which one's that then, boss? Ashwin says, any news on Hakimi, Piggy? Should we trade Rashford for him? So there were some speculative reports yesterday that United were interested in Ashraf Hakimi, but nah, I don't see that one materialising myself, really. Why would they want to sell him, though? I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little bit lost on that one myself. No FIFA tonight, Coy. Sorry to disappoint, man. I will be back at it tomorrow, though, raw. Kaisido says, Wakas Akram. Adam Salah, I've just done a rundown of the latest news, actually, bud. If you want to go back, skip back a minute, bud. And you'll get the latest rundown. Kaisido says you was right. Yes, oh yeah, the Brighton play. Yeah. Well, you know what's piss poor about that, guys, is that we could have signed that guy. Guys, who remembers? If you've been watching this channel for years, Smasher 1, if you remember, I did a video back in the day, maybe a year ago or whenever it was, before they signed him, about the potential of Man United signing Moises Caicedo, right? Oh, you're talking about somebody else. Okay, but yeah, but, you know, there's supposedly links with Moises Caicedo, but we could have got that guy for 5 mil. 5 million quid, and we were talking about it, we were linked to him, we knew about it, Man United were looking at it, we just decided not to bother. 5 million quid, we didn't bother. And now we want him now, because he's actually gone to Brighton for 5 million quid and done fucking decent, lad. So it is actually so annoying. Just literally, that sums up Manchester United for you. Sums up Man United, the incompetence of our recruitment team right there. Exactly, Gungshi says, we could have got him for a few mil. Exactly. Oh... If that, says Wakasakram, precisely. Do you think United will win the championship next year, says Rico S? No, I don't think we're getting relegated, bud. But if you mean the championship as in the Premier League trophy, then don't think so either, bud. Minhaj says, just subscribe to your channel. Thank you so much, pal. I appreciate that. It says, by the way, you're going to the protest tomorrow. I have an evening wedding down in Bradford, but I plan to attend the protest first in my wedding costume. Surely you're taking the piss there, Minhaj. But that's fucking awesome, though, bro, if you are doing that. But no, I'm not. I'm going to be doing the watch along for the game and covering the protest on the channel here. So I won't be, sadly, no. I'm not going, but I will be spreading the word of the Glazers out and covering the protest on this channel before the game and everything. RPOD says, Pig, if we bring in all these quality lads, it's going to be hard to not enjoy it and feel guilty because it has been so gash for so long, says RP0D. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Well, my biggest concern is that some of these big players like Casemiro come in and shit the bed and catch the fucking United disease of grossness, which we've seen many times happen with big players coming to United. If it doesn't happen in one season, it's usually second syndrome season. They turn into a blithering wreck. So, I mean, I hope that Casemiro is the same player that he is at Real Madrid for Man United. I mean, look at Bruno. Bruno came in, was astronomical for 18 months, and now he's shit the bed too. Even he's caught the virus. Everyone catches a virus at Man United of mediocrity. So we need to actually change the fundamentals of the club. We need to change the mentality. So Ten Hag's actually got to change, like, you know, the winning mentality. We've got to be we've got to be a harder working team. We've got to build towards having a winning mentality and all that sort of stuff. And he's got his work out for him because at the moment they're a bunch of fucking losers, guys. Thank you, Vooty says, smash the like button for the pig. Thank you, Vootinator. Owners didn't want to pay the shithouse owners of ours. Yeah, that's right. Exactly, G with them. They're only spending money now because everybody wants them gone and we've had a bad start to the season. They should have done this. Just imagine, in all fairness to the Glazers, right? They're shithouse owners. But could you imagine if they'd have just spent like 300 million in the first week of the transfer window? Like literally in the first week. That would have been probably the highest point of their PR public relations for a long time, in all fairness. But they didn't have the wherewithal to think about that. No, they've had to wait until this debacle of a situation's presented itself, where everyone hates them, wants them out because they've dragged this club down into the shitter and haven't bothered spending anything all summer, really. And we've started the Premier League campaign awfully gash. And now they're clutching around, scratching around, trying to sign big players. But it's all a little too late. Imagine if they'd have done it at the start of the window. We might have actually had a decent start to the season. Fucking tossers, aren't they? Tossers failing to plan properly for the season. Thank you, Moise Abbas, bro. Thank you so much. He says, just followed you on Twitter and retweeted as well. Love your analysis, pal. Well, thank you very much there, Moises, my son. I'm going to go over there, give you a retweet, give you a follow back, mate. I can see you right there, Moise Abbas, mate. I just followed you back, bro. That shout out to Jarvis Cocker, Vincent Bullock, Susan Hubley as well. Thank you guys for since retweeting also. Twitter's pinned at the top, guys. And Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch is all the same. Flying Pig United. So if you want to follow us up on any of those, please do. Lee says, Piggy pulls no punches. No, certainly not when it comes to the Glazer shithouses, mate. In fact, I'd like to fucking push some punches at those toss pots, mate. Never mind putting any. Scott Hodgins says, do no stop the match. It come about the fans not going. Well, if the match is not going ahead, then, you know, everybody's proven their point, made their point, really. We don't want a violent protest. We don't want there to be carnage or destruction. That's not what it's about. It's a peaceful protest. But you can, you know, we shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. You know, that's it. Like, there's a chance it doesn't go ahead. I think the policing for the game will be next level. I think they've learned a lot from the last time when the game didn't go ahead, and I'm sure it will go ahead. But if it does go ahead, I think it's important that at least the first half of the game, the stadium is as empty as possible, just to send a message. It will be picked up by media all around the world, and it just puts a little bit extra pressure on those Glazers shit houses to sell, hopefully. That's right, Disco Dave. There's a possibility the game gets abandoned tomorrow if the protests get out of hand. Absolutely, you're so right. So I'd just like to reiterate to anybody who is going, it certainly is not a violent protest. You know, certainly you want to be promoting Glazers out. You want to be chanting Glazers out and all that kind of stuff. But you don't want to be smashing stuff up because that doesn't send the right message at all. It's just sad to see the fact that this season is probably going to be the best season to watch the Premier League, where all the teams are flying and competing, and then there's us, we're miles and miles away. That's right, Zed Talks. You're so right. I mean, let's just hope that sometime before the end of the window, we do sign some top quality players. It looks like we're working on some. and we start to resemble a team very soon. And if we can do that, then we might be able to just push for top 4 this season. It's only after literally 2 games we've played. Let's just imagine the impossible, not the impossible. Let's imagine the implausible right now. We smash up Liverpool, and then we beat Southampton, and then we beat Leicester. Like, all of a sudden, we are right back in the tussle for top 4. So I'm not getting too carried away. I know we've got to sign quality players because we've got a bad team, but Erik ten Hag's only just begun, and I know things are going to get better from his point of view. He's got to drill into the team, you know, a new style of play. He's got to drill into a team a new mentality that isn't just a complete loser mentality or a not trying mentality where they don't run. Why is it that, you know, Brentford are running 13 kilometres more than our players throughout the game? Why is that? Why is that the case? Why is it not the other way around? Why are we not working hard than the opposition team? And don't tell me possession, because it shouldn't matter. Manchester United should be working harder, just as hard as the opposition when it comes to running, covering ground, pressing. You know, it's all covered. It's not just, running with the ball. It's all avenues here. Eddie A says, are you high, Piggy? That's a bit of a personal question, Eddie. Mike Hill says, what midfielder would you get to partner Casemiro, or would you put Eriksen or Donny with him? So right now, with the current midfield, without signing any new players, I'd probably go, if we're going with some sort of double pivot, I'd probably go with Casemiro and Fred. Casemiro's playing the more defensive role of the two, and Fred is obviously going to be more box-to-box, bursting forward, winning the ball back, running around in the centre of the pitch. And then Casemiro playing a bit more deeper. But if that's not the case, and Fred's not playing, but that's the Brazilian vibe, if that's not the case for a double pivot and you're playing a 4-3-3, then it's Casemiro as the number 6, and possibly Eriksen and Bruno in front of him. Just pass masters, something like that. Would maybe be quite good. But in an ideal world, yes, we do go and buy another midfielder to go along with Casemiro, because as good as Fred is, and as good as Fred and Casemiro are together for Brazil, we've seen Fred a lot for Man United, and he's pretty fucking bang average, to be fair. So that's my only concern, is like Casemiro could potentially unlock Fred and do what he does for him for Brazil, because, you know, they do play together regularly for Brazil. When players like Fabinho don't play, it's Fred and Casemiro. So, you know, that is a possibility. But at the same time, I'd say we do need another midfielder to improve. Yeah, Casemiro and Savic would be amazing at key 3. Yeah, or Casemiro and De Jong. Pig, it would be nice to just bloody enjoy being a United fan again. Oh, I know RP0D. It is absolutely horrible at the moment, but when's the last time we played a lovely, silky game of football and smashed up any team? Golden Money says, cover up all sponsors. Maybe that Leeds game last season. That's probably the last one. Cover up all sponsors on your shirt in the ground. Can you imagine what that would look like on telly, says Golden Money. That's a great shout. Beef Buddy says, Pig, if we can get De Jong this summer, we will have none of the best midfielders in the world, I think, says Beef Buddy. Yeah, that's it. You know what? Wouldn't it be funny if they did that Ted Lasso style, like covered up the sponsors with duct tape, like the players? Have you seen that in Ted Lasso, where the Nigerian player is not comfortable wearing the sponsor that, like, of that chemical company or something that caused this oil spill in his native town or whatever? So he like puts the duct tape over his shirt, and then all the teammates put the duct tape over the shirt as well, and they go out and they play without the sponsor of the shirt. That's what we need to do, because TeamViewer are fucking guff, mate. That's it. We need to make a stand. I agree, mate. You're absolutely right. That's a really good idea. Everyone, plaster a piece of black duct tape. Let's get this going. Let's get this fucking going. Let's get a hashtag going on Twitter. Hashtag duct tape TeamViewer, right? And let's just everybody just cover up the shit sponsor with a piece of fucking black duct tape, guys. Great shout. Love it. Kate Cadet says, Piggy, how many more deals will United complete before the window shuts? I'm going to go ahead and say 3. I think 3 potential deals. I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm going to go ahead and say 3. That's very optimistic, really, because we've already got Casemiro. I'm not even including that one because we've already got that done, in my opinion. So, you know, you've got De Jong is a dream. You've still got Gakpo and I guess Antony is possible. Maybe a goalkeeper. Maybe 4. 3 or 4, bud. What do you guys think? Case Slater says, Glazer's giving us players to fatten us up to be eaten. Don't let them fool you. Absolutely, Case Slater. Yep, that's what we said right at the start of the video, bud. Took the words out of my mouth. Hansel and Gretel syndrome, my friend. Don't wear shirts to games anyway, says Chris Barnes. Fair play to my son. He's rocking the old Stone Island. Bring back Sharp as sponsor when Glazer's gone, says Batman Night Fan. Very nice that would be. Hey, my prediction is 1-1 JA tomorrow, bud. What about you? Rushmano, thank you very much. He says, subscribe to the channel. Yes, guys, if you're new to the show, if it's your first time here, smash that like on the video. We're actually only 11 likes off of 400 likes. Can we get to 400 likes? Let's have a little Bacon Brigade like spike. Drop the thumbs up if you haven't done. Help us get to 400. Also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, get involved, have your say. Hey, Mark Harris, thank you so much there, bud, for the super chat, dude. He says, Erik ten Hag playing FIFA 22. No game plan, no youth policy. Give him a chance, give him a chance. He did make a mistake in his first 2 games, though, Mark. Can't deny that. Why would you go with McTominay and Fred in that first game? And then why would you also leave in, like, the human slabinator and make the errors that he did? I don't get it either, but hopefully he's learned from it. It's early days. Hopefully he's learned. I mean, you know what he did? He played McTominay, and he's realised he's shit, and we signed Casemiro. You know, so so he needs time to adapt. And I wouldn't be ruling out or writing off or slagging off Erik ten Hag just yet. He is a bit of a Glazer puppet. That's clear. Everybody has to be if you're going to be a manager of this football club, sadly. But at the moment, he's still only just come in. Let's get a cheeky little hashtag ETH in, my friends, or I stand with ETH. This isn't ETH's fault. Look, if ETH shats it and bottles this throughout the season and does what he does and does what he's been doing in the first couple of games and, playing the likes of some of these senior players that don't deserve to play and we're losing and playing bad football, well, then he's going to be found out pretty soon, isn't he? But we've got to at least let him prove himself to us first. He's had 2 games, for Pete's sake, Marky Harris, lad. Come on. This guy's only just got going. He's only just got going. I think he will play youth players. Look at what he does at Ajax. He's all about bringing players through, developing players. He's only just begun at United. Erik ten Hag in, says Ashwin. ETH in, says Gungshi. ETH out, says Paul Stringer. Oh, man. Ten Hag's red and white army, says Chris Buzz. Yes, get in there, my son. Yeah, got my Stony ready, says Chris Buzz. Palmarius says, hell yeah. We are going to do much better than last year and just lose 2-0, says NEA. Oh, well, I guess it would be a bit better. Our players need to understand, Pig. Everyone shows up against us, says Chris Barker. Yeah, that's true. 2-2's what I have, says Susan. Yeah, another draw as well. Not the time nor the place, Vincent Bullock. Maguire out, says Ashwin. You don't see the hype of Erik ten Hag, says Eddie A. Charles Liverpool says 5-1 to Liverpool. Is Martial fit for the game? I don't think he is, Leanne Reeson. Let me just double check, actually. So I have got the injuries up in front of me here. Where is it? Okay, so team news, injuries. I don't know, actually. I think he is available. All I've got here is that Facundo Pellistri is out with an ankle injury, Brandon Williams muscle, Victor Lindelof, and also Mason Greenwood with the club suspension, obviously. Let me just try and find a different source just to double check who is available tomorrow. But pretty sure, I guess Martial might be in contention. Let's have a look. He trained after a thigh injury. So, yep, Martial trained after a thigh injury. He is expected that he could be back in contention. So those players that are listed are indeed the ones that are all out injured, yeah. So he is fit enough to be on the bench, probably, at least. Okay, let's get stuck back in, guys. I'm going to read a few more comments out. Hey, we smashed 400 likes. Baby, we did it. Break out the red panties. That's awesome, guys. That is awesome. You think he's fit, says Palmarius. You believe in Erik ten Hag, says Susan. Pascal, do you think it's on now, says Antony. Plenty of retro merch out there. Why buy the new stuff? Well said, Welsh Red. You're spot on. And if not, you can always buy a Flying Pig United piece of merchandise. You know what I mean, guys? You can do that if you want. Let me show you what we got available here real quick. Yeah, in fact, this is a perfect one to show you guys. If I can just put the product here, and then how do I don't know how I put it on the actual thing, though. I don't think it's going to work, guys. Or maybe it is going to work. Okay, yeah, look at this, guys. There you go. Look at this. You see this, guys? You see this? It should pop up in the live chat for a sec. Fucking Glazers out, my son. Fuck the Glazers, my son. If you want to buy some merch, buy that shirt, guys. Hashtag fucking Glazers out. Piss off. That's right. So, you don't have to buy the shitty Glazer merch. You know what I'm saying? That's right. We need new merch, Pig. Step up, says K Cadet. Oh, you want new merch, do you, K Cadet? Yeah? Oh, you want new merch. Is that right, is it, bud? Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, you've underestimated me there, bud, because you must have not seen the new cheeky Cigarello time t-shirt, mate. You know what I hang on. Or we've got this one, which is an all-time classic, all-time classic here, which is the Cristiano Ronaldo. T-shirt, mate. You can't go wrong, really, can you? Anyway, right. Okay, so Glazers will have done you for copyright, says Callum Durgan. Probably. We need new merch. No, you're right. I do need to get some new merch. You should launch a line of Atkins 21 shirts, says Gugshi. Oh, my goodness. The Glazers remind me of the Leyton Orient owner, Francesco Pichetti, who messed up Leyton Orient. The fans took matters into their own hands to get rid of him. Oh, fair play to you, Lee. Yeah, well, the Glazers they're pushing this fan base to the brink where if they're not careful, they will start to get some, let's face it, maybe Man United fans who don't have that much self-control. They might get them at their bloody doorstep if they're not careful. So honestly, that might happen at some point if they're not careful. Subscribe to the channel, says Rushmano. More like Sue, says James Flint. The Cake Cadet's loving it. Mike Lee's loving it. You love that shirt that I got from Pig. Yeah, Susan got one of those. Thank you once again so much, Susan, for getting one of those. That's absolutely awesome. Griffo Chaz, how you doing? Griffo Chaz, get in there, my son. I hope you're well. Yo, bud, how's it going? Any Maguire Y-fronts in the store, says Madhouse. Yeah, but Maguire's on the back of them, not the front, mate. He's where the poo-poo comes out, bud. Don Piglioni t-shirt, says Ashwin. Oh yeah, there is a Don Piglioni t-shirt as well, bud. Let me show you this one. There is a Don Piglioni shirt. My favourite shirt is actually, I'll show you the Don Piglioni shirt first, right? Which is the Pig Father shirt. This was actually this was my first shirt design made by Eddie O2, the go-to. I haven't seen Eddie around the channel for ages, actually. I hope Eddie's all right. But yeah, the Pig Father, there it is right there, as you can see. And it says Don Piglioni never melts on there. But my favourite design that we've got, but what's gash about this one is don't buy it, though, because it's pretty fucking expensive. Cake Cadet bought it, and it's fucking expensive, isn't it? But don't buy it, and it's this one here, but it is the best design I've got. But it's a wraparound one, and just the way it's printed, it costs more money on there, and it's got printing on the back and stuff. Just don't buy it, because it's overly inflated price. You know what I mean? But there you go. It's a retro 2000. Who can see that, guys? Now, that is a fucking decent design. It says Pig instead of AIG. Oh, yeah, that's right. It says BBFC. It's got the Flying Pig badge. It's designed after the 2009 retro shirt, but it says Pig instead of AIG. Fucking genius, mate. But unfortunately, it's too expensive. Good evening there, Gav Dog. Love it, says Pal Marius. Yeah, that's a decent one, isn't it? Mr. Pig, please put the link in the chat for your merch. I just did, bud. You can click that link right there. It says from spring, and there's a link right there. But, that's a nice t-shirt, Pig, says Kungshi. It is pretty cool, that one. Hey, Piggy, what kind of football style would suit Man United, says Max Martinez? A lead football? A lead football so that when these gash players kick it, it breaks their fucking ankle, and then we can play somebody else instead? Genius Big Brain, says Gav. You're going to buy one, says Paul Stringer. Nice one. Well, to be fair, by the time you paid postage on that one, it's expensive, man. So, but it is pretty cool, though. You should make one of the Ryan Giggs as Pigsy, says Ashwin. Have you been hearing about some of Giggsy's poems? Some of them are fucking hilarious, guys. Who's read some of Giggsy's poems, guys? Or some of his text messages that he sent to his girlfriend and stuff? Because it's all coming out in this court case and all that kind of stuff. Some of these Giggsy poems are fucking quality, mate. Don't know if you've read it, but some of these Giggsy poems are absolute fucking class. Let me just find this one I've got to find this one for you guys real quick. Not going to get into them, Giggsy and stuff, but I've got to find this one, guys, because this is just absolute genius. So, hold on, where is it? Oh, damn it. Oh, yeah, this one's brilliant, right? So her surname's Greville. Like Greville. The poems are so cringe, says Chris, right? So he split it up into her letters of her name, and he's put G is for gorgeous. Wait, no. Sorry, no, this is, yeah, but her name's Greville, but no, that's not what I meant. But he said, wait, where's the one that says... There's the one that says your surname even rhymes with Gary Neville, my best mate. It's like we're meant to be. That's fucking quality, that one. Anyway, we're not going to get into it. I can't be bothered. But there you go. So, L is for legs, yeah. But I like the one where it says, Greville. Oh, yeah, it says Greville. It goes Greville, Neville, Breville. It's like we're meant to be. Neville's my best mate, and I love a Breville sandwich maker or something. Fucking Giggsy's off his tits, mate. Anyway, love it. Right, guys. AIG, Alex's God, says AJ. Yeah, it was AIG. Pig hats. Oh, yeah, they can't showcase any of those ones right now. But, yeah, hopefully the Glazers will sell United sooner rather than later, says Johnny. Right, guys, I think we're going to pretty much be wrapping up this video right about now. What do you reckon? Should we wrap this puppy up? Maybe I'll read a couple more comments out real quick for you legends. But, yeah, I mean, so I'm not doing a FIFA tonight, guys. Apologies for that. But what we are going to do, we're going to send everyone over to G-Wolf's channel now. If you want to have, you know, my friend G-Wolf, he's a United fan. He's doing a Fall Guys stream, so some of you might want to play Fall Guys with him or just hang out there. I like to spread the love, and we'll send you guys over there to check out G-Wolf's Fall Guys stream. But anyway, thank you all for being in here. Giggs is a romantic, poetic person, isn't he? Definitely, Gangsha. I agree with you, mate. He likes it raw, my friend. Guys, thank you all so much for watching the stream tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. Honestly, really appreciate you all for being here. Thank you so, so much. We are going to wrap it up there because it's past midnight, but thank you so much all for being here, guys. And thank you, Lucas Larson, for subscribing. Hey, Ov793, I hope you're good tonight, bud. I'm the Trooper. But yes, everyone, you know, thank you for being here. Make sure you do hit the like before you go. That helps us out. Smash a little subscribe on it. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and just get yourself in there raw, my friends, with your thoughts and opinions after the video's finished. Come back, let us know who you think we should sign. Let us know your thoughts on this Glazers situation and, you know, the new takeover, possible takeover, all that sort of stuff. Please do get your thoughts and opinions in there. Thank you, Gungshi. Thank you so much for watching as always, mate, and your support as always. Mark Nurse, Vutinator, Seth Backrow, Mikhail Kramer, Chris Burrs, Leanne Reeson, Mark Nurse. Thank you, every single one of you legends and legendesses, for joining us. 427 likes is amazing, guys. Thank you very much. I'm just going to pin G-Wolf's channel to the top. Go and give him a little raid. There it is. Tell him Piggy raid. Tell him Piggy sent you. Go smash a like. But that's it for the show. Thank you all of you for watching. Vincent Bullock as well. You'll not be on the pig at the match tomorrow. No worries, Vincent Bullock. Enjoy, mate. Enjoy the protest, Vincent. Helps Coys, the Hoop Man, Rushmano, Daniel Lee, the Vutinator, Chris Barker, you know, all you legends. Thank you so much for watching and getting yourself involved. Thank you, Disco Dave. Appreciate you, dude. Yeah, come back, have your say shortly. You can follow us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. Thank you so much there, Disco Dave, Batman, and Duncan. Kay Slater says, I'm used to kicking balls and doing bits under Fergie. Now bark like a dog because we're about to get dirty. Gigs poem by way of Slater. Thank you so much, Kay Slater. Exactly. He fucking loves it raw, this guy. Good night, Eddie A. and Kay Slater and Chris Barker, the Vutinator Primot. Thank you all the guys in blue there for moderating the chat. Thank you all of the members in green for supporting the channel by being members. And all the grey people in here as well. Thank you, legends, for watching and getting in here and watching and supporting the show by being here and smashing the like and all that sort of stuff. Thanks to everyone who shared the stream as well. Good night, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with the latest United news. And also we'll probably do some sort of more of an in-depth preview in the day, maybe, for the Liverpool game of the evening. We're going to cover some of the Glazers out stuff on the channel tomorrow as well. And we'll also, of course, be doing a watch along for the game should it take place, which it probably will. But just in case it does, I mean, it might not, but I think it probably will. So we'll be doing a watch along for it, guys. So come and check the channel out tomorrow. We'll be back at it raw. Cheers, everyone. Craw, Daniel, McKay, Seth, Chuck, K Slater, Paula Chin, the Trooper, the Hoop Man, Ras Sinister, and everybody else as well. Vooty, all the legends of the channel. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, guys, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. Come on, United. Let's smash up those Scouse belts and hashtag Glazers out. Let's rain down the green and gold until the club is sold. Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag empty Old Trafford in the live chat to end on. Fuck the Glazers. Spread it far and wide on social media, my friends, like wildfire. And let's get these toss bags out. One love. See you tomorrow, guys. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because he thinks the shithouse Glazers will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. Glazers out! Glazers out! Glazers out! Glazers out! Fuck off, Glazers! Fuck off, Glazers. Fuck off, Glazers. Fuck off, Glazers. Glazers out. 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 Fuck off, Glazers.